Hello Libra, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Libra, I want to do a release and a receive with you. I haven't done one of those in a while. So we're going to ask the universe, the tarot cards, what the universe would like you to release. Like sometimes that can come out as some sort of potential within you to release that and to allow it to grow. A lot of times it comes through as something that you need to give up in your life. You need to finally let go of, move away from. And then usually it's kind of clearing that energy in either two of those ways to allow something to come to you. So we're going to look at that. I'm going to use the Energy Oracle deck to do that. And we're going to use tarot cards as well. I'm going to look at the energy between your release and receive to give you a better perspective on kind of how that flows together. And then I will also ask, like, why? Why is the universe asking you this? Does this have something to do with a deeper journey for yourself? Does it have something to do with expanding, growing yourself, maybe taking you down a new road, a new path, a new cycle? Yeah. There is an extended at the end as well. And in the extended, I'm going to continue to pull cards, basically looking for advice and future outcomes for you moving forward. Link is at the top of the description if you're drawn to it. So let's get started, Libra. It's an awful lot to release, maybe. Release and receive for Libra. Release and receive for Libra. All right, in the release, we have the World. Okay, so major cycle coming to an end, to finally let that go. To finally let some sort of major cycle go. Gosh, your cards are really cheeky. Now the receive. All tied up, the garden and the gate. It feels like an opportunity coming towards you that maybe where an opportunity didn't feel possible before, but you have to get ready to go through. Well, the gate is kind of a good thing to have if you're really finished with the past. Wow, there's a lot of open opportunity here. What is at the bottom? Appreciation. This kind of feels like the Nine of Pentacles to me right now. So maybe being in a really stable, abundant point in time for yourself. You've been working on that. With the World, it's a little bit like having the world at your fingertips. Feeling like as you're moving over here, but where something did not move. So now I'm going to pull out tarot cards. I'm going to pull out a tarot card. The receive. I feel like you need to be patient. I feel like you need to be patient. And in some ways, it kind of feels like it plays through for whatever your new cycle is that you're going to be starting. You're kind of finishing something major off here. Really close it off properly and finally. And you're starting a new cycle here, but when you start the new cycle, I don't know if it's psychologically, you're kind of thinking about whether you could move forward or not. But it does feel like if this is the universe speaking to you, if you're sort of in this state and part of your receive, like all tied up, it feels like the Eight of Swords, not being able to move forward, is to allow you the time to come to terms with whatever this new cycle is that you're about to go through, because it's wide open. It's not familiar. I mean, where this little girl is standing is very familiar. All these plants, she understands how they grow, when they need to be trimmed and watered and fertilized. But this area, it's vast, it's open, there's so much potential, but it can seem a little bit overwhelming or daunting. So I do feel like if you end up being in a state of mind or just situations play out where you're kind of held back, it's giving you time to come to terms with going through the gate. That's what that feels like. So I feel like I'm talking really fast. Lily and I went down for a snack. Lily's my little dog downstairs. And then we have to come all the way up the stairs. It just feels like once you do 3 flights of stairs, you just feel like, all right, the energy between your release and your receive. What is the energy between your release and your receive? The energy between your release and your receive. Queen of Cups in Nine of Cups. Wow, this is interesting. We have the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. Where'd she go? The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Okay, this feels like whatever this change is, whatever this major cycle, this coming to a completion, it probably has something to do with a committed relationship. It could have something to do with either, I want to say, like a marriage or a work contract, something on that level. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's turning into something completely different. I mean, if this is a relationship that just hasn't been working very well, it's turning around. If this is a relationship, well, it comes over here. But then this is really positive. Whatever comes out, however this plays out for you, because I feel like it could come out both ways. It could be saying, well, this is what you're bringing to a completion and you're starting a new karmic cycle, or how things were in the past are not like that anymore, and this new cycle, things are better. However that resonates for you, what you really need to know is it really gets better on the other side of that karmic wheel, that Wheel of Fortune. And if there's abundance, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune can also be about fortunate things playing out for you, especially if the wheel seems to be turning towards something positive, what you would perceive as positive. This feels like abundance, like a fortune of love and feelings and emotions, going into a cycle where there's an awful lot of expression and happiness. Wow, so all that sits between like an ending. But then you go into the all tied up. So what I'm going to do with the tarot, I'm going to pull out some cards for here and some cards for here. And then I'm actually going to ask specific questions. Those are like clarifiers, what I'm going to pull out. And then I'm going to ask specific questions about what motivates you at this time. What are you most anxious about? And how to move forward and away from your worries. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards for the world and 3 cards for all tied up in the garden and the gate. See, and it's really important to note too that the girl standing at the gate, she actually has the key. She has the key, so she has the power to move forward. Again, look at this. The World, you get the 4 of Wands. Like that would be another card that I would associate with some sort of a committed relationship. So it's to be, for some of you, it's ending a committed relationship, having the strength to push through and coming out like feeling like really energized, feeling alive again, perhaps. So now we're going to go over here, all tied up, the Garden and Gate, the Chariot, the Judgment card, and the 10 of Cups. I have this positive reading. I just hope it's not turning into some sort of, you know, like misleading. Because I felt like that for Virgo. It was really like, this is great. So you have movement. You have movement, rebirth in yourself, and like great, grand emotional fulfillment. But you just have to go through the gate. I feel like you're going to feel very innocent. Oh, there's a couple ways you could look at that card. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting because there's a couple of different depictions of what feminine energy can be. I mean, obviously, feminine energy can be very seductive. It can be that very come hither, which is a little bit like that, is a come hither. But then it's also like very innocent, the little girl inside. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a message for someone specifically. It might be. I just thought that was an interesting play. But it's almost as if like the grown woman, this grown person, being tied up, not being able to move. And then when you can move, there's nothing holding you back. You are the one that has the key here and going into a brand new opportunity. And it feel, because this is younger, you kind of come out younger. Maybe you come out more refreshed. You do come out over here with the Ace of Wands after the Strength card. And because these feels like there's nothing in them beyond the gate, this is really going down a road that you've probably never been down before. And you're going to feel kind of innocent. You're going to feel young and unsure. But the cards that came out with it are really, really good. The Chariot, like this Cancer energy of movement after a period of time of sludgy feelings and emotions, and then being reborn out of the fire into emotional fulfillment. Wow, that's nice. Okay. Let's just move these up a bit. Let's move them up a bit. I'm going to go into the tarot now, and I'm going to pull 3 more cards. This is interesting. It's going really quick. Well, sometimes the cards just speak really clearly. Let's get these out, and then we'll look at everything holistically, and we'll see what we need to clarify. So what motivates you at this time? What are you most anxious about? I do sense like going forward to like the gate. You seem apprehensive in the future, what you're going to receive. And then how to move forward and away from your worries. I don't feel like I need to pull out a card to ask like why the receive. It seems like moving you into a cycle. I do want to say with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, and then having the Ten of Cups over here, it's a lot of like happiness, love, emotional fulfillment. That seems to be the reason. What motivates you at this time? You have the Ten of Pentacles. What are you most anxious about? The Hermit. And advice to move forward is the Ten of Wands. Drop your burdens. Release them. It's a High Priestess and the Three of Wands at the bottom. Unknown ships to come in. Feels like unknown ships to come in. What motivates you at this time is the Ten of Pentacles, like some sort of stability. Maybe your home life is motivating you, maybe a better home life. Clarifiers will be very interesting because, I mean, with the World card and the Four of Wands and the Hierophant and then a change here, it does feel like you could be coming out of a committed relationship. And then what are you most anxious about, though, is the Hermit. So maybe this is being alone. Maybe this is being on your own. If this is resonating for you, because it's speaking pretty clearly, like with those cards. Being on your own or being isolated. But how to move forward and away from your worries is the Ten of Wands. I kind of see with this person, they can't really see where they're going. So there may be some sort of anxiety about being on your own or being in your head a lot or having to self-reflect an awful lot and maybe not really seeing what could be out there for you. Because I'm only saying that because this person can't see where they're going. They can't see where they're going. So maybe thinking, well, the only way I'm really going to be able to lead myself is through myself. But I don't know where I'm going. Because there's something you need to release. What this Ten of Wands is. It's a lot of baggage about something. It could be emotional. It could be physical things in your life. Let's look right away at the Ten of Pentacles, because this is what is motivating you at this time. The Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. How is this motivating Libra? How does this motivate Libra? Wow, you have the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you kind of want to start almost from the beginning, but with a plan here and moving forward with experience. That's the difference between this, like in the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles doesn't really have any experience yet, where the Knight of Pentacles does have some experience and knows how to lay things out and make a plan. I really feel like, guys, that some of you are either, and it doesn't have to be like a marriage. It could be some sort of a work contract. that you've had with the Hierophant and the Four of Wands, like ending it. And the Ten of Pentacles too, it doesn't necessarily have to be a home. It can be a workplace where you work with others and there's great abundance and stability and happiness and camaraderie there. So your motivation is this, but it's almost like kind of a little bit starting again and going slowly with a plan. What are you most anxious about? The Hermit. Why are you anxious about this Hermit? The Knight of Swords. Because it feels like either you want to charge forward, you just want to charge forward. But sometimes I feel like if you've come out of something heavy and you want to charge forward without taking the time to really absorb everything that's going on, you're kind of running away from alchemizing all of your feelings and emotions from the past. And maybe you're feeling that tug. You know, I just want to go out and I want to go to have a good time. I just want to go out. I want to meet new people. I just want to go out and get started in finding something new for myself and having a plan. But I've got so much going, like so much inside of me still that I need to think about and I need to come to terms with. The Ten of Wands. This is how to move forward and away from your worries. So release your burdens, like let them go. The Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands. The Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. That's interesting. Having the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles together, it kind of reminds me, I'm just going to say, like, without linking it to the Ten of Wands yet, it links me to like a student of life, taking the knowledge that you've learned in some sort of like a simple course because it's a page, and then applying it into a group situation with the Three of Pentacles. Like taking what you've learned from a simple situation and applying it to something beyond yourself that actually works really well with. And this is linked to the Ten of Wands. Now, the page could also be a child if we're talking about, if this is a committed relationship that you're talking about. It really kind of screams to me with the World, the Four of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Pentacles, like that. Maybe collaborating, if this is a child, with the other partner, the other person involved in this heavy burden. So like talking about this, negotiating that's the best way for you to move forward. I'm just going to move these down. I want to clarify. I'm going to clarify this Wheel of Fortune for you. In what direction does this wheel start to spin? Wow. That's good. You have the Judgment card. So you have it twice now in this reading. You have Judgment, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So the wheel is starting to spin towards for you like a new beginning, movement, communication. You might even be moving somewhere. Maybe that has something to do with the garden and the gate for you. And then the Ten of Pentacles. So what it is that motivates you at this time? Well, the universe is listening to you. You and the universe are talking to each other. Or going to be. Because that's kind of the energy that sits between your release and your receive. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This does feel like, if it's romantic energy, it does feel like two people that have equal feelings and emotions for each other and expressing those and having fun with it. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. The Four of Swords. This has been healing. You've been healing your emotions and feelings. Or will be healing. The Knight of Wands. Anything else? And the Moon. And the Six of Wands. Wow. Okay, so you have two knights. You have really two good knights. You have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So a lot of feeling and emotion, the expression of that, a lot of passion, expressing passion and desire. This is very healing. This is a very healing energy that you're moving towards. Now, what you might not realize is there's a lot of success here. Maybe this doesn't start off as a way that you would recognize it as successful because there's something mysterious here that you don't understand. or not even being able to see that this could become successful. Maybe it seems too good to be true with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Just saying, like, to have for your, such a crude way of describing it, for your heart and your crotch to be in alignment with something. Well, there you go. So, all tied up though. I want to look at all this all tied up for you. All tied up, all tied up. The Nine of Wands. You know, I just feel like a hesitation to go through the gate, just because like kind of being battle weary, kind of being a little bit battle weary here, and not sure about putting yourself out there, which kind of expressed that earlier too. So that's what that's all that is. So take your time. I want to say the cards look really good. Take your time for when you're ready. The Garden and the Gate. The Garden and the Gate for Libra. The Garden and the Gate for Libra. The Queen of Wands, the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. So going through the gate, that new beginning is going to be very fun, very sexy, very creative, very intuitive. There's a very, very solid energy here, like a very committed, solid energy that comes in with this. And like a new beginning in the physical aspects of your life. Like, what are you going to plant? Whatever you're going to plant out here, like, it's almost like this isn't, like, the slate is being completely cleaned. It's open. It's a blank slate for you to work with. And you're going to be working with a very creative element, very confident. You're going to feel very confident and stabilized in this walking through the gate. Maybe there's apprehension at first, but once you go through the gate, you know, it's like, oh, it's all in my head. It wasn't so scary after all. I feel like my son was terrified of going on the ski lift. He has a fear of heights, so God bless him. He pushed himself through it and kind of hyperventilated on the first time we went, and he was clinging to my arm. I thought he's never going to do that again, but he's done it over and over and over again. It's like, okay, it's not so bad. And it kind of feels like that. It's not so bad once you do it. And then you have the Knight of Cups again. So there's almost as if this new physical beginning, you know, that then almost like this romantic expression comes in again to keep it going. Your Ten of Cups. Should we ask about the Ten of Cups? Your Five of Wands and the Seven of Cups. I'm kind of hearing anyone say to me, you know what? It doesn't seem possible. I've never been able to fight through to find this, or it's been really confusing. There's been a lot of conflict. Like, it feels like, I mean, the Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment between you and another person or others. So if there's been conflict in the past in terms of expressing emotions or emotions being recognized and understood equally by different parties, no more ending to that. And I do think too, like, this could unfold however you want it to with the Seven of Cups. The bottom is the Four of Cups. So you maybe even like going through something, maybe you feel like you're missing opportunities, or you're kind of, because you're coming out of a cycle, like a major cycle for yourself. But it doesn't feel like, you know, if that's what it feels like, that you've missed opportunities, that opportunities have passed you by, there's a really good one, it looks like, the new cycle that you're going into, Libra. Really positive. I'm hoping, like, with all this positive energy, so my hands are cold because I opened the door for Lily. She wanted to sniff out on the Juliet balcony. It was cold out. I kind of feel like for the collective, like, the readings have been really nice and positive, because for the last few months I've been getting like a lot of Hermit cards, Eight of Swords cards, Four of Pentacles, like not being able to move, feeling stuck, a lot of self-reflection. It kind of feels like it's kind of moving. It's starting to move. It's getting ready to move for people. So there you go. Thank you so much, Libra. I'm going to go and do your extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.